Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video. It's not been a while, but I've been quite busy this weekend, and I just want to react to this. What you are seeing up on your screen right now, it's very disgusting, to be fair, because I wish I had done a video earlier on it. I had a feeling such a thing will happen, but this is just me sharing my disappointment in it. I'm not going to call out any names or anything like that, but this is just rubbish. To be fair, it is rubbish. It's just crazy. Okay, it's just crazy. I don't know why people will do such things, but let me explain what it is and what are the possible repercussions. Okay, or what might happen. Currently, the website is up and running because from my experience, I tried on the 4th just to check it out to see if it's working, and it was working early in the morning, but later on I realized it did crash. But I was very busy at work. I couldn't do anything or reply to anyone's comments or all of that stuff because I was at work. I can't sacrifice my job just to do videos and all of that for you lot, which I love you lot all, but I mean, priorities first. Just to put everything in context, I knew this website is going to crash. Why did I know? Or how did you think I knew that? Because the sheer amount of people that you find online talking about recruitment, which is great and all, and the number of people who follow those channels, there's a very huge following. And this whole idea, it might just be me, correct me if I'm wrong, it might just be me who thinks this way, but this whole idea of going overseas, bettering our lives, especially from us from Africa who didn't have much growing up and all of that, which is great. It's great for everyone to better their lives, but I think people see this as the only means to better their lives, okay? Which is sad, to be fair, because this shouldn't be the only means for you to better yourself, okay? Trust me, the job is not the greatest. It has its downside, it has its upside, to be fair. There are things I wish I could tell you, but I can't tell you because they are quite secretive. But once you sign on that dotted line, okay, you don't own your life anymore. If you think being a child is hard, in the military is harder. Yeah, even though there's freedom and all of that, but most of the time, everything you are being told, everything, what to do and all of that, they literally own you, per se. They own you, you have signed, okay? And there are things that you are bounded by, okay? And these are some of the things that it's shocking that people, some who are in the service and some who are civils, okay, they will engage in things like this, which to me doesn't really reflect what the Navy is about, and it doesn't reflect more to us as a Commonwealth, as Commonwealth per se, as Commonwealth citizens per se. It doesn't reflect well on us. It's as you can see. If you want, let's dive into it. First thing, I'm guessing this. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if the website is still, if everyone is still able to use or the website or open the registration portal and apply and all of that. I don't know, okay, but I can do it. I'm in the UK, okay. I don't know if you can do it from other countries. Just let me know in the comment section if the website is okay in your country, right? So I saw this recently, has been circulating. This is from 2 days ago. I had to cover it because I don't want to share someone's privacy and all of that on TikTok and all of that. I got it from someone's TikTok page, okay? And how do I know it's from the Navy? Because you copy this same thing, put it in a website. I won't tell you the website. It gives you the exact URL of this page, okay? When it was uploaded, everything. So yeah, I'm not going to say it here. That's a story for another time. But what is it saying? It says, wait for the system to be back online. I'm guessing this is probably when the system crashed. Apparently, I don't know if it still crashed. Like I said, let me know in the comment section. Wait for the system to come back online, okay? Apparently the system had crashed. Why do you think the system crashed? Because a lot of people were applying all at once, okay? And not just a lot of people were applying for other people, which is fine. But at the same time, it's very much unfair, okay? It's you just being a massive, I'm not going to say the word here, and it sounds, or it might, this video might be taken down, but it's more of you not being considerate, okay? Just think only of yourself, which is not great if you're having that mentality coming into the Navy, because you think of others before yourself, okay? Think of all the people who have won awards, medals of honor, Victoria Crosses. They didn't think about themselves. They thought about their comrades and their oppos. Okay, and if this is what you are having in your head joining the Navy or trying to force your way through the door, that is the wrong mindset, okay? It says the Royal Navy recruitment system is genuinely down, okay? Applicants need to wait until it is fixed. However, when people start using VPNs and proxies to bypass regional restrictions or access the portal before it is properly restored, it raises few concerns. For those of you who don't understand what this first part is saying, basically it's just saying that people are not having enough integrity to wait. People don't have enough patience to wait. And it's raising red flags for us, or for us as a Commonwealth citizens, and also for us as people trying to join the Navy, especially for those of you joining. I'm already in. Okay, this doesn't concern me. I'm doing these things for you lot. It doesn't concern me. It raises concerns that they are worried about, because at the end of the day, it's the Navy first before even you. Okay, it's the Navy first before you. Like there's a popular saying, honor the king. It says, obey God, honor the king, kill. I think that's an army saying. But this is something that is quite disturbing, to be fair. It's very disturbing, because I've seen a lot of things going on TikTok, okay? CVs doing crazy shit on that TikTok to get views, and a lot of people do this to get views, trying to register for people, all that kind of stuff. Okay, dive to the first thing. What are the concerns that the Navy is raising, or those in recruitment are raising? One, integrity of application. The Royal Navy takes security and authenticity seriously. Using VPNs can make it appear as if applicants are trying to conceal their true location, which could cast doubt on their transparency. I don't need to explain anything here. All of you who are using VPNs, stop it, okay? For your sake, stop it. This is not, I might be wrong, but I'm not looking down on Africa, but this is not a traditional African military where things are being done on paper, okay? Where you can cheat your way into the system, where you might think corruption and bribery and all those stuff is allowed, okay? These things don't work here in the Navy, in the UK Navy. It doesn't, okay? In the senior service, these things don't work. All the ways of you trying to force yourself through the door, it doesn't work, because everything is done electronically and everything is traced. You don't, it's funny how some of you really think you could really cheat your way into the whole system when you start using all these VPNs, all these proxies, and trying to do all of this stuff. If some of you don't know, there is a branch in the Navy that their job is always cyber security, okay? That's for cyber security. There is CIS, okay? those in charge of communications and all that stuff, there are people whose job is always security, online stuff. I don't know much about online stuff. There are things that when I want to know, I just go and ask them. Okay, if you go to where they work on ship, some of them are on ship. They work on ships, frigates, mostly frigates and destroyers. If you see what they do and what they know, you will be like, wow, does this technology even exist? Okay, so when some of you start using VPNs and all those things, you think you are fooling yourself. You think you are fooling the Navy by getting yourself in. Oh, I've already put in my application. Trust me, if they want to cancel it, they will cancel it. I won't be surprised if they stop the applications. Okay, I won't be surprised if they stop the applications. And it only takes a few bad people to spoil it for everyone. That's what I've realized in life. It doesn't take everyone to make something bad, but a few bad ones spoil the good in everyone. In the first place, why do you think that the Navy is recruiting people from different countries? Yeah, the reality is obviously they are short in workforce. Okay, they are short in workforce. Not enough UK citizens are applying. That's why they are going back to Commonwealth countries with relations with them and all of that, and even things that some of our grandparents, grandmothers did in back in the days in the First World War, Second World War. If you don't know, there were Africans who fought in the Second World War. Okay, there's the forgotten regiment. Okay, there are Africans that fought in Ethiopia, those that fought up in north of Africa, there are those that fought in how they call this place? Is it Burma or something? Far in the Asian countries, people who didn't know much, okay, but they were ready to fight from Africa. There were Kenyans that fought in the Second World War. I've studied them. I've read them in books. Okay, so there's a long history, and we trying to bypass that, or we trying to try to be smart. I will say smart by trying to say, oh, I'll use a VPN. I will try to find ways around it. It doesn't really speak well of us, to be fair. At the end of the day, it's their Navy. They can say, okay, stop. We don't want any of you lot coming in. You won't do much. You only grumble and complain because it's an opportunity. Okay? It even says right at the end there, it's an opportunity. It's not a must that they do it. It's an opportunity they are giving you. Why do you think, those of you who know, why do you think there is the Gurkha regiment in the British Army? Because they have proven themselves in battle. Okay, they are one of the most feared fighting forces. Not just the fact that they are brutal, but they are very effective. Okay, they are very effective, and it continues from the old generation to the new generation. Okay, if there's I don't know if you have heard of the story of the one Gurkha there was a Gurkha who held back who stopped an approach from the enemy, about 300 of them, just with a machine gun. Him alone in that outpost, he had to fight off about 300 of enemies. He just had a machine gun alone in that post, and he won. Okay, he was awarded a medal. It's been things like 4 or 5 years ago. So don't put our name as Commonwealth, or don't put those who have done good things, their name to put it in a trashy way. I'm trying to say things in a way that they won't take down this video, because it's quite annoying what some of you out there are doing. Okay, it's very, very annoying. Some of you don't know, but there are 5 values in the Navy. Okay, there's courage, discipline, integrity, which is very, very important. Integrity, courage, discipline, integrity, selfless commitment, and respect for others. Okay, integrity. It's very, very important. If you're not a person of integrity, they won't entrust you with things. Okay, no one is going to trust you with things. And at the same time, people trust you when you are in the Navy. They trust you with things. They share information with you, knowing that you won't say them out, or you won't use it against them, or you won't share it with the enemy. Okay, that is integrity. Okay, not just in your job site, but you should be a person with integrity. And when you start trying to fidget with the system, do you think it shows anything about integrity? And you are trying to join a service that has to do with integrity, has to do with discipline, has to do with respect for others. When you start cheating, what do you think about the other people who are trying to wait patiently for their time? Okay, it just doesn't make sense. It's just very stupid and cowardly that you only think about yourself. Yeah, it's fine. Self-preservation is great. But at the same time, you are not going to get where you are because you did it alone. I didn't get where I am currently now because I did stuff alone. Okay, I didn't. People helped me. So think of other people. Don't just be thinking only of yourself. That's just pure stupidity, in my opinion. Okay, what it flows back into this is the second one stays relation to what I was saying here. Fairness. Others are waiting patiently for the system to be restored. Those using workaround might be perceived as trying to gain an unfair advantage. It's true. I mean, if what put yourself in the other person's shoes, that you are waiting patiently for the system to be restored and someone is using a VPN. That might prompt that person to also go and use a VPN, and the change just continues. Everyone start using VPN and all of that. Like I said, I won't be surprised if they stop it or all of those who use VPN gets banned. To be fair, I will not be surprised. I will not be actually, I will be happy, because it's just disgusting. If you don't start having integrity at this little stage of you trying to join, it will be very difficult for you to have integrity when you actually join, because this is just appalling. To be fair, it's really, really appalling that we think more about ourselves and that of others. Okay, it's just really, really sad. It's just very unfair and very unprofessional that you always see yourself and you don't see other people as equals at the end of the day. At the end of the day, we are all equals. Okay, so don't see yourself as better than the other. Okay, don't be desperate. Back to what I was saying again. Public image. Okay, broadcasting it on platforms like TikTok can create the impression of desperation or a lack of seriousness about the process, which doesn't reflect well on applicants or on the Commonwealth recruitment opportunity itself. Simple. On that 4th, I think 4th was a Friday, I think, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, I might be wrong. But on that day, on my break after finishing from the galley, I was just going through TikTok trying to pass time before I go to bed. And there were people who literally had lives on TikTok, lives on, and they were busily registering people. Some of you who were on those lives, I find it very funny and silly that you are giving your information out to someone you don't even know because you think he's from your country, you think he's trustworthy. You are giving your information out to that person. You don't know who the person is. You don't even know what the person is doing with those informations after registering you with. You don't know anything about the person. and you are just there giving information. You are just being very desperate. Like it says, it creates the impression of desperation. Okay, you never be desperate in life. Once you become desperate in life, you make yourself very, very, very vulnerable. Okay, anybody can use you at any time just because you are desperate. Never show your desperation. Okay, I was scrolling through one of the lives, and someone was saying that they are going to stop now, and it was about 7 at night. They said they've been doing registration since in the morning. Just guess how many people that person has registered on that live. You are also there giving your information. Oh, help me, please help me register. Oh God, it's just very sick. Okay, it's just very, very sick. If you can't be patient, don't start the application process. If you can't be patient, don't start the application process. The same like someone just the other day asking me, "Oh, I've applied. When are they going to?" No, he didn't say when are they going to. He said, "I've applied. I've not yet received a link to the portal." I'm like, bro, do you even listen to all the videos? Do you even listen and watch the videos I actually put out here? Or do you actually go on that website and actually read what is written there? Some of us have to start reading, okay, because some of these questions are very, very silly. You cannot be applying and want everything to be done that same time, okay? I've done a video here about this whole recruitment process. It's a first come, first serve basis. Don't think the fact that you register means you are going to get it. No, you are just registering your interest. If they have space for you, yes, fine and good. That's why I always say it. Don't put all your eggs in the Navy. Have other things you are doing with your life. Have your business. Continue your life. See this as one of the job opportunities. You want to see it that way, that you put in an application for when you are looking for a job. Okay? Don't see it as the final bus stop. It's not the final bus stop. Trust me. It is not the final bus stop. And those of you who think, oh, you will come here and you start to misbehave and all those things like that. In training, okay, in training, you think this is funny. In training, I've seen people who were discharged, okay, who left while in training. I've also seen people while finishing training, everything, they still left. They kicked them out, okay, because they thought it was all a joke. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but if you are here to just, play the game, it's fine to play the game and get your papers and all those things like that. But do your job, okay? Do your job. At the end of the day, you have a job to do and people are counting on you to do that job, okay? So do your job, okay? Do your job. It's just so crazy about this whole thing of recruitment. It has been like, are people really conscious about what they want? Or it's just like a mad rush for desperation? Trust me, like I said, I won't be surprised if they give all of you if they want to take this thing seriously. I won't be surprised if they start giving people bans. Ban you for 5 years not to apply. Ban you for 10 years. I mean, people, the UK does it to people who fraudulently fake documents to apply for visas. They give you a 10-year ban. They don't care. You're the one who needs to come to that country, not them coming to your country, okay? It's the other way around. You want to join them. So you have to follow what they are telling you, okay? Not you trying to force your way or trying to cheat the system. You can't cheat the system. Trust me, you can't cheat the system. Everything is electronically done, okay? And you might think, oh, I'll get away with it. There's always a digital footprint. That's one thing I've realized. There's always a digital footprint. You might think, oh, I will get away with it. I might cancel this. I might stop that. All those stuff. But there's always a digital footprint. Okay. I've said a lot here, and I've said things that it's really funny to talk about. Okay. I can't say a lot here, but what I will try and say, or what I've been trying to say, is don't be silly. Okay. You cannot beat the system. Okay? Be patient, wait for your time, apply the normal way, and hope for the best. Don't ask me for sponsorship. Like I always say, I'm still living on ship. I can't sponsor anyone. And I won't even sponsor anyone because I don't know any of you. I can only say what I've experienced and help you out the best way I can. But don't ask me for those things, okay? Don't ask me to apply for you. I'm not going to apply for you. I don't know you. I don't need your details. And I don't want to be held liable to the details and people's personal information. For those of you who don't know, in the military, everyone signs the, I think it's the Armed Forces, the Armed Forces Secret Act. Okay, literally in rally, right? The first day you go to rally, let me tell you the things you will do on your first day. Even you go to rally, you do a little once you leave. Once you whether you drive or you stop at the train station, everyone goes at the train station. Your PO picks you up from the train station, or the Kilik picks you up, takes you to rally in the bus, past the ferry, into rally gates. Then by that time you are free, okay? Everything is free. You're a free man, okay? Free man, free woman, free whatever you want to call yourself. Once you get it, first thing you will do, they'll take you straight to the classroom. It's not the classroom basically, but the big hall in your division. Straight there. It's always on the it's always on the ground floor. Straight in. That's the first thing you'll be doing there is a little short PowerPoint. They'll welcome you, blah blah blah, take your names, all that shit. Next thing you'll be doing is the Armed Forces Secret Act. Basically, whatever you see, whatever you hear, whatever you are told, you don't say it to any person. You keep it to yourself. That's just the general gist of it, okay? And once you start sharing information, talking about stuff, posting stuff, things like that has to do with security, national security and all those things, you will be taken to court. That's just a general idea about it, okay? There's much more. It's an act, okay? That's the first thing you will sign, okay? Second thing you will sign is your oath of allegiance, okay, to king and country. You say, I call your name, blah blah blah, I solemnly blah 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 blah. That's the one you are taking to the king, okay? Then they start sorting out your kit, okay? You have already taken those two things, okay? That's already hooked you in. So don't think that whatever you do, they can't hold you responsible, okay? That's just a background of you all who are trying to join, okay? It's exciting, like I said. The Navy has an exciting career. It's an exciting career place for anyone, okay? Lots of opportunities in it. I mean, I have qualifications and everything that I personally won't have, okay? And it's all free. Free healthcare, had vaccines today, everything is all free. They don't pay anything for it, okay? Did dental and I have dental appointments, all free. Medcare, everything is all free, okay? So take your time, do things the right way, and join the fleet. That's all I will say. On the next video, I will share the jobs that I think, from my experience, are the ones that they need. Okay, this is my perspective. See you on the next video.